Check. Hey, what's up? I don't know why the mic was taking a second, but hey, welcome in everybody. It's the zombie. It is Thursday. I haven't clicked these buttons on this thingamabob here yet. There we go. That one's done. And post this one. Yeah. Hope you're all doing well. It is a Thursday. We're going to be playing some Borderlands. Grinding out some more levels and knocking out more of those side quests that we picked up last night. Sorry, I'm making sure everything is running properly. Excuse me, it looks like everything is. So let's go ahead and full screen this. Bam, ba-da, bam. There we go. All right. So yes, we will be jumping into the original Borderlands. Well, it's the Borderlands Game of the Year edition. Waiting. Claptrap.
Oh, come on, let's get down. Come on, everybody. Check me out. I'm dancing.
Retrieving available save games. Okay, this is taking forever. Anyways, I hope you're all well. While this is loading up, give me a second. Go through the announcements. Remember, all streams for 2025 are extra life streams. That's right. You can click the link that pops up in the chat, in the About Me section, and you can donate to Extra Life, a charity that helps out children's hospitals all over the United States. So definitely give it a check. Give it a thing. I don't know why this is taking so long. Let's see. As far as I know, we will still be doing our D&D this Sunday. Please tune in. Make it special. Like I said, my 5-year-old granddaughter, it's going to be her first ever game of D&D, so we're going to give it a try. We're going to try to teach her how to play a D&D. She's very excited. She will be playing a Goblin Rogue, or as she knows, Goblin Thief. I don't know why this is taking so long. But yes, definitely come and check us out. I mean, you should always be watching us for D&D. It's actually fun, and we're always looking for new players to join us. Today's stream will go until Shebe lets me know she's on her way home. We do have to run to the shops, then come home and get dinner done real quick because tonight I am getting together with everyone for our Vampire the Masquerade meetup. We're not planning on streaming the Vampire the Masquerade tabletop. Unless, and this is big, it's both a downside and an upside. Hold on, I'm just going to do this real quick. We're going to go ahead and close that and reload it. Play. Okay. So, right at the moment, we have about 6 people. 5 or 6. Okay. But people's schedules are kind of weird, so that's why we're getting together tonight. We're going to talk and be like, hey, first off, what character you want to play? Hey, this is what Vampire Masquerade is like. It's not like D&D, but it's like D&D in a way. Kind of setting everything up for everybody. But if people's schedules aren't going to line up, and some people are like, already kind of like, I don't know if I'm going to do this, then there we go. Yeah, okay, that's where we were. And it turns out to just be Sheve as and maybe one other person. If that other person is down with it, we're going to stream it Thursday nights. It may be like every other week. It may be once a month. We don't know yet. But that's things that's going to get discussed tonight. So that's why we're not streaming this meetup. It's kind of more of a personal thing. So don't plan on catching that tonight. If you want to see us do Vampire the Masquerade, maybe we will eventually.
Well, shoot.
I can go back and play
I was a goner that time. Damn.
That's awesome. We can go back and listen. I didn't know we can go back and listen to the audio tapes. I've been playing this game for how many years? It's because this is a sub-menu. Anyways, I was trying to find something here. I found it yesterday, and I don't know where I found it at. Oh, there it is, right there. Fuck, I'm dumb. Okay, so weapon proficiency. I'm at 0 on pistols. So
had to lock the place up tight. I'll let you in.
We're gonna really quick. Let's go through here. I was messing around with this last night after the stream. See, that SMG does 14. These are weak ass guns. These are like just weak guns I've picked up doing this. But I wanted to test something here. Okay, that's a revolver. Does 85.
Its circuits are on the fritz again. Give it a go from the switch out there, would you?
Okay, so we're at 0 proficiency on pistols. So I wanted to come back. I'm just going to do a quick run through this, and then we're going to walk to it using just a pistol until we get to a spot where we can't use a pistol. It's mainly just to see if I can grind this low area. I mean, they're level 12s, but they still die rather quickly. I just want to know if, starting with these guys here, we're not going to run through this whole area, we're just going to run right here. I'm wanting to see if I can get the proficiencies up. Because if I can, I will do this on my own. Yeah, I will do this on my own off stream. I'm just trying to see, you know, we just killed a bunch of people with that gun there, which is the pistol. It doesn't look like it went up any. So, I don't know what we have to do to get the proficiency up. If it's X amount of kills, then it does it. So, let's, like I said, we're going to walk all the way back to where we were in New Haven. It's a little bit of a walk, but there's a pretty straightforward route. Like I said, we teleported to this area to show you guys that claptrap last night. So, I had never played the pre-sequel. It was one that kind of slipped through the cracks when it came out. My life was in a different spot, so I never got around to playing it. I've owned it forever. And then with that package I bought yesterday, I got a new copy, or a digital copy of it too. So me and Cheve started playing it last night. Loving it. I'm playing as Claptrap, which is funny because the game really questions your choices of playing as the Claptrap. Like, it really is like, are you sure you're doing this on purpose? This is a joke, right? And you guys will see that, I will, when we stream that game, I'm going to play as Athena, which is what Cheve's playing as right now. Because I actually like her character. She's a character we meet here pretty soon in the OG Borderlands. We'll be meeting her, and I actually enjoy her as a character and her growth and everything. So I want to use her as my playthrough. Like I said, it is a pretty straightforward walk. We just kind of go like this. We're just going to see if, by the time we get there, if our pistol proficiency's gone up. If so, I can just do this over and over. I mean, I guess we could just go around using a higher level pistol. But, you know, we stick to our snipers, because that's what I play. I'm a sniper character. Plus, this has given us a chance to loot a bunch of things. I will say it is totally weird not having the moon jump abilities that are in the prequel sequel. what else I was thinking of here. I was messing around with the audio files that I downloaded, but I guess we don't need to do that anymore. Unless they don't always play right from our menu. I may just, I don't know, I want to do a YouTube, like start doing some YouTube lore videos and stuff. Which you can catch all the streams, D&D, video game streams. Everything we've ever done is on YouTube. I try to categorize it, and I will admit I am behind by about a month of organization, so I do need to get on there and do that. It won't be this weekend. Because, yeah, the granddaughter's supposed to show up sometime tomorrow. Shebe's supposed to find out for me when. Because that kind of affects, you know, if Grandma gets home. If I have to watch the granddaughter before Grandma gets home, that'll cut down stream time. But it'll give me some time to like help her make her D&D character. I plan on doing that on Saturday because we're getting ready for another heat wave here in Zombieland. They're saying Saturday through Monday at least 100 plus degrees. I can't tell you guys how much I'm done with this heat. Seen that giant rack reappeared. I kind of want to go shoot it. I know we're going to be summoning in a large rack once we get back to Oh, I can't give... Oh, shit, we're out of... Yeah, that'll kill him right away. That'll kill him right away. Let's give you all an update on the computer here. So, I did get an email that my computer is in Texas. that they are getting ready to look on it. It'll take 2 to 5 business days for repairs. So that means hopefully by next Wednesday I'll have an email saying, hey, we fixed it. We're shipping it back to you. I'm going to... just because I can. But yeah, so hopefully, you know, they'll do that. It'll get shipped by like Wednesday. I should have it back by next Tuesday at the latest. And then we can get back to my good computer. I mean, this computer works great. I don't want to belittle this computer. But I feel streams have kind of lacked because things aren't right. Of course, depending on what they end up doing to the computer, I may have to rebuild everything for the streams.
Not bad, not bad.
Did you drop anything? Oh yeah, you did. We really didn't have to kill him, but I figured since we're just seeing if we can get our pistol up. I know we used SMG there for a little bit because we were out of ammo. But we should be good now. There should be a store on our way. Well, we can cut through the bandit camp or we can just take the street. I say we just take the street. I don't know, that bandit camp might actually... No, wait. I think... I don't know what we're doing, guys. I'm just wandering. They said we're heading to New Haven. Actually, we'll walk right through this bandit camp. We're just going to go on this outside, though. If they shoot me, then I'll shoot at them. I mean, at least we're getting experience for this. I wasn't going to come through and kill y'all, but I guess I will now. Yay! Just earned some rewards, which is good since I cashed in almost all their reward points. I will send you to Jesus. Alright. I said I wasn't going to kill any of them, but they made the choice to, you know, they chose violence. trying to think why I have so many. 282, 283, 361. So I know I have 2 snipers. 1, 2. Should have a shotgun. There it is. Yeah, previous crux. That's what we've been using. Alright. Hello, bot person. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. I'm sorry, but we are going to have to go ahead and click your name, and we're going to go ahead and click this thing called block, and then you're blocked. Bye-bye. Dum dum. Wow, this is really just a dead stretch of road. I wonder if there's anything over here. I was watching a guy, and he had a great video about Claptrap. Like, I loved everything he was talking about. And it talks about how Claptrap's actually like the greatest character in the games. And all the things that Claptrap goes through, and it like did deep dive into his history and everything, and I loved it. It was really well done. And it really does show you how important Claptrap is, and how people need to be nice to the Claptrap, which I think you should be anyways, I digress. The one part of his video I did not like was he was kind of like, this game doesn't have anything. There's nothing going on in this game, And I'm like, okay, I can see what you're saying. Like, this is a perfect example. I walked from that gate to this building. There wasn't a single asshole. Which, in games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, pissed me the hell off. There we go. But, give me a second. My brain's in and out today, guys, and I know what I'm talking about. I'm keeping it tracked in my head. I'm just focusing on shooting. Yeah, let me kill everyone here, and then we can talk. Okay, So, anyways, back to what I was saying. So this guy's saying, there's not a lot in this game, and I'm like, okay, I give you that. But one thing about this game that you really got to take into account versus games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, where they're literally, this is 900% of the game, just wandering with nothing going on. I mean, if you don't fast travel, you're literally just walking for days. And it's the same with Valhalla had that. The Valhalla luckily had more encounters, like random encounters. Where is this asshole? There he is. Okay, so now this is an updated version. This is the Game of the Year edition. It's been revamped several times. Little tweaks. Performance-wise, maybe. But this is still a game that came out in 2009 for the Xbox 360. Okay? So that being said, if you think about the hardware of the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, they weren't bad systems, but they were old and very limited compared to your Xbox Series X, the PS5, your modern day PC. You know, there's so much more nowadays with the systems that, I'm expecting Borderlands 4 just to be non-stop. Everything's going. Because the new systems can handle that. And they're not programmed in a shit language like Unity. So, I understand why there's not a million creatures on the screen at once. Why it's not non-stop craziness. In this first game. The second game picked it up. And again, the second game was later gen 360 PS3. Okay? The pre-sequel was 360 released. I don't think it was until Borderlands 3 and Tales from the Borderlands, which it is a Borderlands game. If you've ever played it, it's a story. It's a Telltale game. It's choices. It's not, there are a lot of action. It's very action filled, especially compared to like the Walking Dead Telltale series. There are a lot of moments of action, which kind of for me sucks because I don't like quick time events in games, and that's one of the reasons why I've never been a super fan of Telltale games. I like the choose and, affect the world kind of things that are happening in them. I just hate that I have to sometimes do a quick time event, and I hate quick time events because I'm not quick. I was one day, but nowadays with this going away and my nervous system going away, not as quick as I used to be. But anyways, what I was saying is, this guy's video is really great, and I love a lot of his other videos, but I will disagree with him on this game. For when it released, had a lot going on, because there were so many other games out at this time that didn't. Several of them were still very linear, and a lot of them used fake linear. This game kind of uses a fake linear, but not as much, because obviously as we're doing this right now, we can go all the way back to the very beginning of the game where we got off the bus and walk all the way to the end of the game. One straight path, no fast travels. And you could do that in this game. You can't do that in some other games. And also, some of the games on the 360 just didn't look as cool as this and didn't play as smooth as this. I know many 360 games that were just clunky shit because again, it was an era, ERA, not error, ERROR. Yeah, I had to think about that spelling. But anyways, it was a time when games were changing a lot because your PS1 to PS2, that was rather huge technological advances, okay? And at the time the PS2 came out, that is when the original Xbox came out. So Sony was already on number 2 when the OG Xbox came out. And I know this because I had the PS2, was rocking Final Fantasy, and for those of you who don't know, that's the whole reason why I'm not a PlayStation fan, is because PlayStation did me pretty fucking dirty.
There are new missions available at the middle of nowhere bounty board.
Motherfucker. So, my first wife, as awesome as she was at the time, I had to work third shift the night of the PS2 release. I wanted to go so bad. She sat out in the cold for me, trying to get me a PS2. She was like 5th in line at a Best Buy, and they only got 4 for the release. I mean, she was so close, and she sat out there all night. It was just one of those things. People think people don't realize how much your relationships really are until things like that. And I could see Shayvay doing something awesome like that. And my first wife, there was lots of good things, great qualities about her, and that's why I don't diss her. Our relationship ended. It was what it was. We're pretty cool friends right now. Done great co-parenting. So you'll never hear me dissing my first wife. Shit happened, okay? So, alright. I don't think we're going to take him down. We may have to just switch back to our regular guns now. Yeah, we are at that area. Okay, so we're gonna see. That's a 80. Oh, okay. 361. So that one will go there. That goes there. And 283. Yeah. And that's okay. So. Keeping that. Okay. Anyways, what I was saying is, yeah. I got the PlayStation 2 finally. About a month or so later, we were able to get our hands on one. And again, I'm pretty sure my ex-wife was the one who went and got it, as a surprise for me. She was, like I said, there were good times. Anyways, so I had it for a little bit. Final Fantasy X came out, which is probably one of my least favorite Final Fantasies, and probably the reason I stopped playing Final Fantasy altogether. But which sucks because I really did like Final Fantasy. Anyways, while playing that, I noticed that I no longer had vibration. Okay, now you gotta remember, PS2 and the OG Xbox were wired. Towards the end of their cycles, they did start having third-party wireless controllers, and they weren't the greatest, but they weren't bad. But at the time, it was wired. So, the controller haptic feed came through a wire. That wire went to the controller, and it was plugged into the system. Turns out, PlayStation's vibration control trigger was built into the system, not the controller. Okay? So, nowadays, it tells your controller to vibrate, and sends it a signal to this, as where before it was through the wiring. Well, something went wrong with that area. Well, then it stopped working, stopped reading discs. So it's still under warranty. Of course, my ex-wife bought the extended warranties. She wasn't fucking around. And we call up PlayStation, because this is when you had to call people. There wasn't internet. I mean, there was internet, but not today's internet where it was for everything. So we call them up. They try to argue over and over. Oh, well, you don't have warranty. Yes, we paid for the extended warranty. Oh, well, you probably did something to it. No, it has been sitting on a shelf. I treat my video game systems as good as my children, which isn't a joke. I make sure that they are cleaned and taken care of. You don't feed a system, but you feed children. But anyways, my point is, so I finally got them to go, okay, cool, mail it in. We'll fix it. All right, cool. Thank you. Thank you for finally doing right. Thank you for finally doing your, what you say your warranty will do. Mail it into them. Okay, and during this discussion, they also tried to say that, okay, yeah, you can mail it in, but it's going to cost like $200 to fix. I'm like, no, it ain't, because it's under warranty. So they finally agreed, when I mail it in, they finally agreed not to charge me. Because they're like, oh yeah, we finally see, yeah, you have a warranty. So I mail it in, ship it off to them, which I had to pay for shipping. They did not pay for the shipping. I had to pay for shipping. Mail it off to them, and it's gone for about a month. Okay, now mind you, again, this is early 2000s, maybe even close. Yeah, it would have been closer to 2001 by this point when it happened, because Anakin was alive. So they finally get it fixed. It's getting shipped back to me. Again, back then you didn't really get the email notification that, hey, here's your tracking number. You just kind of waited. And so I waited. And I waited. I finally call them. I'm like, yeah, what was supposed to be going on here? The lady on the phone gives me a tracking number that says it's been delivered. No, it hasn't. Oh, maybe someone stole your package. No. Big packages like this, most of our mailmen would drop them off, because we were living in an apartment. We'll drop them off with the apartment office. That way they don't get stolen, and we have to go sign for them in the apartment. Oh, well, maybe your manager took it. I mean, they straight out tried to accuse my manager, who was an 80-year-old woman at the time, okay? And I'm not trying to, be facetious about her age. She was literally, 86 years old and running this apartment complex. She was not taking a PlayStation, okay? She didn't even know what the fuck a PlayStation was. So anyway, one night, get a knock on the door, and it's an old man. And he's like, I'm wondering if this package belongs to you. They shipped it to my house for some reason. He's like a couple of blocks away from us. Same number. It's like, if your number is 1234 Smith Street. And that's all made up, guys. It's not my address, so don't even try. But his address was 1234. My address was 1234. But we were on different streets completely. And mine had an apartment number on it. But they dropped it off at his house. And he was like, he's like, yeah, I was just taking, I've had it for a couple days now, and before I took it back to the post office, I just wanted to see maybe if they dropped it off. And apparently it went to 5 other houses with the address in our area, and no one would have been expecting a package. So everybody in this story is kosher except for Sony at this point. And I was like, oh my god, thank you, yes, you're awesome, I love you, old guy. So I get my PS2 back. Vibrations work. It reads discs. It does everything it's supposed to. For a month. It burns out its eye in 1 month. It's still under warranty because, again, extended warranty. And they also renewed the warranty as part of their, hey, it turns out this was all our problem, not your problem. So, send it in to them again after several phone calls. Get it back this time. Successfully get it back to me this time. And I didn't even mention that snafu, because that could have been on the PlayStation, or it could have been on the mail carriers. There were a couple people who could have been blamed why it got dropped at the wrong address. anyways, so this time I sent it out to him. I wait, and it's clearly the eye, like the eye that reads the discs stopped working. Like it's burned out. And you gotta remember, I don't use my systems for anything but video games. Okay, so side noting this real quick. If you use your systems for other media, that's not like, okay, modern day you can put like an MP3 stored on there through a hard drive. I'm talking physical media. If you put it in every time, and this goes for your DVD player too, every time it's spinning and the disc is reading, that is putting wear on your eye and the equipment. It can kill Xboxes and stuff because most video games, especially now, they install on your system and then it spins it when you first start up, reads a code, and says, yes, you can play this file that we have on the system. That's how it kind of works. Okay? It's a little more complicated, a little less complicated at the same time. Anyways, this was before then. You didn't install stuff on the PS2. I mean, hell, our saves were on little memory cards, which I have a few of those around here. Anyway, so by this time I'd already gotten my Xbox, and I got the original Xbox because of Morrowind. And no problems with Microsoft at all when that stopped reading, and it stopped reading Morrowind. And there was a reason for it, because the original Xbox actually had 3 different drives. Okay, and one of the way he told it was when you open it up, the disc tray, where the circles were on the disc, like the actual tray. I don't have a disc tray to show you, but where it was spinning, the eye was underneath those holes. Told you which drive it is, and there was one company that made drives called Thompson. Thompson drives were shit. Anyway, so I got a hold of Xbox. Hey, this ain't working. They're like, okay, send it in, no problem, warranty. They sent me a brand new one. They're like, yeah, this is what's wrong. This one is junk. We apologize. Cool. Sent it to me within a week, and this thing went from my area to Texas and then back in a week. Brand new one. Worked great. Never had a problem with it. I still have it sitting in the closet. Okay, it still works. I lost my power cord though. Or no, not my power cord. I lost my AV cord because that one does not have HDMI. It has AV. That's how old these are. As we're Sony, so we send this one out. They send it back a week after they sent it back for fixing the eye. It doesn't work at all. Like, it bricks itself. This is what I ended up doing with my PS2. I had a bed that was a low frame, and it was a wooden frame, and the frame had cracked. The PS2, if you remember, the original, kind of went like this, and like this. It was the perfect height to slide under that broken frame and hold that bed up. And that's where that PS2 stayed. 4 years until we moved from that apartment to the house. Yeah, it ended up being and that was when I walked away from Sony because their products were junk. Now, mind you, the 360 came out, and I got the 360, no problem. Didn't get a PS3, had no desire to. Got the 360, and I did get the Red Ring of Death. And again, to Microsoft's credit, sent in my 360, and I know it was my 360 I sent in, and then because on the back of it, I had marked a little itty bitty spot with a colored marker. Got a brand new one sent back to me because of the Red Ring of Death. No questions asked. Microsoft was like, yeah, hey, we know there's a problem. They fixed it. Yeah. So Microsoft's always done me right. Anytime I've had problems. And that's why I quit Sony. I did eventually buy a PS3. Bought it used from GameStop. And this was before I worked for GameStop. And this is how bad that GameStop was. And that GameStop actually closed down because they were notorious for having shitty service. The PS3 put a disc in it and it made a bunch of crunchy noise. I'm like, oh fuck, the little thing that sucked in the disc. Okay. I'm like, oh fuck, this thing ain't working anymore. Nope. What it was someone had crammed Oreos into it and fucked it up. And they didn't bother to test that system. Now, years later, working at GameStop, I figured out what happened. And I'll let y'all in a little trade secret. So yes, all systems are tested at GameStop. Unless you're an employee of GameStop. If you're an employee, you have to have the manager's approval to do trade-ins and sales of personal products. That way you're not, bringing in a busted-ass PlayStation and getting $200 in store credit, which you should never get anyways. But if you have a shady manager, like the one that was running this place, and a shady-ass employee, hey, I'm having some problems with my PS3, I'm just going to switch it out with a used one that's already in a box that's been tested and just throw mine in there. And that's how you get a shitty PS3 handed out to someone. So, now, I did eventually buy a PS4. The whole reason I bought it was 4 Days Gone. But anyone who was watching the streams at that time knows that that was back before they allowed the PS4s to work with Elgatos. So streaming it was a pain in the ass. They were like, oh, download this PlayStation app, go through your phone, yada, yada, yada. There's all this, all these workarounds to it. But it was a giant, giant pain in the ass. And it didn't work. I don't know if my stream, I have gone through over the years and gotten rid of some of our live streams off of YouTube. Some are because they're duplicates, some because they've had copyright strikes on them because people are assholes. One, because literally someone tried to claim that that was all their footage and that I was lying, even though it was a game that had my gamer tag the whole time. Like, you could see it. And I was playing with friends of mine, and you could tell that it was me. But, I digress. So, I did get a PS4 for that, but then I ended up getting rid of it. I never played it. I mean, at one point, my daughter's boyfriend and my daughter, I loaned it to them because I was like, I'm not even playing it. It's sitting here collecting dust. Wire's sitting next to it. Never touch it. I'm like, you guys could have it. I mean, I want it back, but you guys can have it for as long as you need. Just don't break my damn shit. And they're like, and they ended up borrowing it for a month, never plugging it in, because they too play Xbox and PlayStation more. They enjoy it better. So, I don't bash Sony, guys. But anyways, that all came about because I was talking about, this video of the guy who does really good videos. Like I said, the rest of his videos are top notch. I love them. But the one comment he made about, the original Borderlands, it doesn't really have much going for it. It has a lot going for it. It has a really good storyline. True, you have to hunt some of it by going through the audio logs and looking at lore that is hidden in the game, but so does Diablo. If you play looter shooters or any kind of looting games like these, guess what? They all do that. Their lore is hidden in books and text and background stories. So, Borderlands, again, 2009 did a great job of having a story. Like I said, you can find out a lot about all of this, about the corporations, about the Destroyer, everything. Character growth. Yeah, your NPCs, there are very few of them. But the ones you do talk to are very, very fleshed out. If you, again, look into it. I will say there are some characters, like, okay, you don't really know much about Mordecai's character we're playing right now. Like, character growth for him, yeah, okay, I will give you. It doesn't really go anywhere. But it does in the second one. See, Borderlands 2 definitely upped the ante on. You get to know the characters. You get to know everything that's going on. Where is that board? Is it up here? Yeah, there it is. Alright, before we do that, we had a quest that was right over here. No, that's not it. There it is. Where is that? But yeah, so again, I got distracted by quests there. To say that, you know, oh, this game just doesn't have much going for it. This game has a lot going for it, and it really was the start of it all. Now, albeit there are moments where, like, you know, we're walking right here. They did design it for you to walk, okay? I kind of break games because I don't... Fuck off, me, stupid fly. I don't like driving. I don't like fast travel. I am very much I'm going to walk the whole level. I played the OG Metroid, and I love Super Metroid. And Castlevania Symphony of the Night, you know, Metroidvania type games. I love games where you're progressing, you've got to do stuff to get to the next level. I've always loved that. And I know some people complain about using that term, Metroidvania, because, you know, Legend of Zelda, the OG Legend of Zelda, really had that, you know. You could go to things, but in order to progress, you had to pick up new items that let you get through that level. But I like that, and that's why I like, you know, I love open world RPGs. I do. When they work, okay? Morrowind, great example. Oblivion, Skyrim, great example. Fallout 3, beautiful. Fallout 4, not so much. I really just, I don't know, Fallout 4 just really always kind of pisses me off. Especially because that's when they, like, decided to piss on the lore. But again, I'm digressing into things. Oh, fuck. Fuck is this quest? It says there's a quest for us here. Oh, hi.
Hi there.
Okay, we'll get to that one later. Alright. So, but anyways, that was my long rant on, you know, don't say that this game lacked things. Because again, you have to really look at what this game did for what was the time. I mean, we already looked at it. Like, Assassin's Creed 2 came out at the same time as this, which is a great game. But other than that, I didn't see a lot of games that were really great, in my opinion. And I did look at a great long list, so. guess what I'm trying to say there. Again, my brain fighting words here, folks. I just had to see. That's a dead one. Where is he? There he is. I'm trying to figure out where this fucking beacon is. Overlook beacon. So, I don't know. I guess it's just my rant, guys. I don't know. I guess I find it hard to understand why people, you know, you can't look at all the positives all the time. I understand that, but you know, a lot of people focus on the negative. And in some cases, I understand because you know, if things are broken, voice your opinion. Okay. Let movie makers, let fucking Disney, and whoever the fuck is making a show or making a game or making something. If it doesn't work, voice your opinion. Do it nicely, okay? I hate the movie, but you know, to quote Roadhouse, be nice until it's time not to be nice. Don't be a Karen, okay? Seriously believe that you can voice your dissatisfaction. Okay, where the fuck are we going? Hold on. We have to go up that way. You can voice your dissatisfaction with something without resorting to being an asshole about it. Like, one of the good and well-known 7 Days to Die streamer, Jay Woodle, did a great video on frustrations about all the updates. Was well-spoken. He mixed positive and negative, you know, criticism together. So it wasn't just a fuck this video. It was a straight out, hey, these are things that aren't working. These are things that are working, you know. Why are you guys doing this? And, you know, it wasn't an asshole video. Now, him doing that was amazing because that's his main source of income is streaming that game. I don't even know if he streams any other games. And I don't know if he actually streams. I know he does do content creation on YouTube. That's where his video is posted. Anyways, for him to be able to... For him to be willing to, like, you know, possibly get blacklisted by a company and be told that, yeah, you're not allowed to stream anymore. Kind of crazy that he would be willing to do it. But again, he did it in an elegant manner. He wasn't like, fuck you, fuck your company.
Searching database. Your DNA has been granted Class A clearance. Lowering bridge.
Click this button. Come on. You know, I'm vocal about 7 days. Sorry, my nose has got a little bit of runniness.
I command the bridge to descend.
I love Cloudtrap. I'm very vocal about my dislike of 7 Days to Die nowadays. The reason I don't make videos like YouTube about it is because, as much as I'm saying, is be vocal, but don't be an asshole. I'm probably going to be an asshole. And I know that, so I try not to. I keep my griping to my streams. And, you know, again, I've met members of...
My instrument readings suggest we may find another vault key fragment at the trash coast. Unfortunately, in your way are the inhabitants of Jamestown, who smell of alcohol and ignorance. They like cyan dance as much as I like the idea of music. Music is wasteful and stupid.
I don't like tennis for that. I love tennis, but anyways, what I was saying is about discussing things. I've met the Fun Tips several times now. They're great people, from what I know. Like, I don't know them personally enough to go, yeah, I've drank with them and had broke bread with them, but I've hung out with them. I will say to them that, yeah, sorry, your game is broken. Your game needs to be revamped from beginning to end. But I'm not the only person saying that. Okay, so when it's a collective group of people are saying that, and they're not just saying it with their mouth, that game has lost so many players that its ratings on Steam are dropping. So, that's what I'm saying. Go ahead and use your voice to voice opinions on broken things. But if you're going to try to bash a game that came out in 2009 by saying it doesn't have a lot going on, I think you really got to think about what you're doing. Because again, this was a huge step forward in games in 2009. I mean, now if it had came out, if this first one had came out in 2020, and this was all, yeah, I totally agree with you. It would not be, what was on the market at the time. So, I don't know. But yeah, if you're gonna use your voice, use your voice. But don't be a dick about it. There's no reason to be a dick about things. Unless the company, there have been companies that have, blacklisted streamers, blacklisted a bunch of things. Be a dick to them about that. Be like, yeah, this company didn't like the fact that I said, hey, your game needs this. You guys are killing your game, and they blacklisted me from even playing it. Okay, well, fuck you. All the gloves are off then. That's when it's no longer time to be nice. I'm honestly to the point, like, I want to still love 7 Days to Die, because survival zombie, base building, it's things that I love. At this point, though, if I have to reinstall everything on my computer when I get it back, one thing I won't be reinstalling is 7 Days to Die. I won't. I've actually thought about even uninstalling it on my Xbox just because it's taking up too much space, and I don't care anymore. The game has become such a bad thing in my, such a bad taste in my mouth that I don't care. And maybe years from now, they'll fix things, and I'll go back to it and give it a try. I never write a game off completely. I don't think I ever have. Hell, even Dying Light 2. I kept coming back to it to see what was going on because I love Dying Light, and I'm glad I did come back to it because what they've done to it is amazing. So, I know this rant's kind of gone all over the place, guys. It was supposed to just be a rant about, if you're gonna... let me try to sum it up, I guess. If you're gonna say a game is lacking something, don't do it on an older game. Because the reason it's lacking anything might be because of the fact it's an older game. What systems could do then versus now, holy fuck. I mean, If you had told me when I was playing old school PS1 uh, that this is how gaming would be in the, you know, that was 99, so 25 years ago? Yeah, around 25 years ago. 24. Anyways, yeah, because it would have been 98 actually when I got my PlayStation. Anyways, if you told me that, you know, while I was playing Resident Evil 2, if you told me that, yeah, this is what the Resident Evil series will look like and what it will be capable of 20 years down the road, I would have been like, you're on crack. I'm like, video games aren't going to get any, you know, they're awesome, but they're not going to get that kind of love. People aren't going to, you know. Even then, it was a questionable thing. So, I would be wrong and I'd be eating my words. And I'd openly admit I was wrong. But if I was to judge old school Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 3, which all came out on the original PlayStation, if I was to, you know, judge them, oh, their graphics were shit, oh, their controls were shit, which, you know, again, 10 controls are rough nowadays for me. It would be an unfair comparison, and it'd be unfair statements. Now, if I could say, you know, oh yeah, they were shit, and they were shit back then, they never were good. If I did something like that, well, that might be different. I mean, it's a matter of opinion at that point. But to go on and say that a game from 2009 is lacking because it doesn't have things that modern games have, the storytelling may be a little different. 282, that's our lockdown. Again, I'm just going to point to you to the times, you know? This was a breakthrough game. And with that, we're going to go take a break because I need a drink and I need to munch something. I'm getting that shakiness. So I'm going to munch some pepperonis real quick. So this will be a little bit of extended break. We're going to first loot all this area. But yeah, we'll take an extended break and then we'll be back. Like I said, today's stream, I have no idea how long it's going to be. Because it is all dependent on when Cheve gets off work. I know she's having a lot of problems with the numbers not numbering. She's also having problems, and when we get back, we're gonna talk about work. Okay, guys? And I know you might be going, why the fuck would you talk about work? You play video games for a living. I do. I do play video games for a living. But there's a reason I can talk about work. And we will. So let's just go over here real quick and loot this area. And I want to get up there and turn that fucking beacon on. And I know I said we're done talking about, you know, games. Don't be bashing them and stuff. Did you see that pathing on that guy there? I don't know if they fixed that over the years. That pathing is incredible. It's why I miss a lot of my shots, is because they don't follow a set path. You know? In 2009, again, Assassin's Creed 2, there was pretty much direct pathing of your enemies. You could kind of know where they were going to go, how they were going to move every fucking time. It's one of the reasons why people got so good at Assassin's Creed 2. Anyways, we're going up here and light this damn beacon. And then we're taking a break. But yeah, again, I'm not trying to bash 7 Days to Die, but the pathing on that sucks compared to this. And again, 2009. Okay? 2009. Again, I'm trying not to be, you know, harsh on things, but just saying. Something you should all look at is, hey, maybe if you were programming in a shit language, you guys could have a game that runs smooth, doesn't draw fucking so much memory and cause computers and Xboxes to overheat, which has been happening. And you'd be able to make a game that looks and plays half as good as a 2009 game, which, you know, it's been almost 15 years that they've been making that game, and that makes that 2000. No, can't be. It's gotta be like 13 years. I don't know. I will say my complaint with any game is reloads. If I'm halfway through the reload animation, count it as reloaded if I throw out Bloodwing or I toss a grenade. I hate waiting for your animation. That is my number one complaint. And that's still to this day on games. Reload animation shouldn't take 5 minutes. What is this? It's almost like Marcus's bus, but it's a lot smaller. Hey, look, if I hit the car that's sunk into the ground, it doesn't pop up. Sorry, I'm being an asshole today. I am angry. Okay? And I'm trying to be nice about my anger, but I am angry. The fact that my good computer is fucked because of something that was brought about by the fact that you guys can't have a real tech team to fix your game. They even have someone on that board, the tech board that you talk to for technical help. This person told the person to get rid of their Xbox, just throw it in the trash, because there's an issue with not being able to clear out a save file. And they're like, oh yeah, you just need to get a whole new Xbox at that point. I'm like, there's some other options that aren't as extreme as throw away a fucking $500 Xbox. That should have been my... Because that did happen after mine, because I checked in on to see if anyone else had some issues, and that's why I saw that one. I was going to say, that should have been a sign for me not to listen to any of the people on the board. Ooh, leveled up to 31. Nice. What are we on our levels here? Alright. Oh, yeah, we're starting to get the chaotic health. Oh. Oh, shit. Ow. Okay, my brain just stabbed itself. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Alright. Actually, I'm going to start doing this because I want to get down to birds of prey. The health is... Oh, fuck. Okay, so if you guys want to know what that was, is literally in my skull, it felt like someone just flicked my brain. So if you ever had your ear flicked, imagine it on your brain, but it sends it down your shoulder. And, you know, not to alarm anyone, but I do taste copper in my mouth right now. That happens every time. So that's why I said don't get alarmed. I'd say get alarmed if it had never done that, but it does it every time. We are looking at, so I have I guess it's a hearing for my disability coming up in September. So there will be a day in September, because I think it falls on a Tuesday. I have it written down and I can look later. But there won't be a stream, and I'll let you guys know when this goes, because yeah, I'm going to be dealing with a judge and all that. So keep your fingers crossed. If you pray, chant, whatever you do, you know, please do it for me, because 5 years now of being disabled, and the United States won't pay for my disability. I can't physically work. My body's fucked. Lifting a case of soda is enough to make me want to take a nap. Going down to the basement, which is 22 stairs. No, it's 22 is the old house. I think it's 18 stairs here. Is enough to make me need a nap. So. All right, so we got that. Let's see here. What are we looking at? I don't want to do that yet. All right, so we're gonna take a break. Ow. Oh yeah. So when this stabby thing happens, okay, so it happened here inside my brain, right about here though. Like I said, I've described it before as someone is taking a rubber band and flicking my brain with it. You know how you take a rubber band and you bend it, flip it through itself, so it pull back and it snaps on it. Imagine how that feels on your skin, but inside your brain. And when that happens, it shoots down your face and outwards, shoots down your neck, down your shoulders, through your arm, into your chest a little. It usually stops about here. Down the back all the way to my butt. Like electric discharge. And then you taste copper and your nose feels like it's bleeding, but it's not bleeding because it just, like, your sinuses like woke up. So yeah, I'm going to go pee and kind of shake this off a little bit. And then we're going to talk about work and how work and businesses should be while we finish up Quest. Alright, so I'll be right back.
My name is Defy, and I'm from the East Coast of Canada, and I want to change kids' health at the IWK Children's Hospital because as a father myself, I know they're always going to be there for me if and when I need them.
10 million kids like me enter a CMN hospital every year. For me, I entered my children's hospital when I was 9 years old for my miracle story. Happy to report that my health is on the up, and it's all because of gamers like you.
My name is Tara. I stream on Twitch, and I did Extra Life last year, and I raised $5,000 for Children's Hospital of Omaha. I wanted to raise it for people that couldn't afford to go there, because I know not everybody can afford to go to a hospital, especially if something comes up like randomly.
My name is Sean Gorey. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I want to change kids' health in university hospitals, Rainbow, Babies, and Children's, because I was treated there as a kid, and this is my way of giving back.
Kids can't wait. 62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute.
My name's Eric Sears. I live in Ottawa and I'm treated at CHIA for type 1 diabetes. My favorite part of my children's hospital is the doctors, nurses, and educators. When I show up to my checkups, I get high fives and hugs and they're so supportive. They're just awesome. Did you know that 62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute? That's a lot of kids that need help. Join Extra Life to help kids like me.
What's up, Extra Life? I'm so inspired to hear about all you're doing to help sick and injured kids treated in your local community, and the fact that you guys are playing games to help these kids is it's amazing on many levels. It's fun, but it's also making such a huge impact. So congrats on the millions of dollars raised today, and good luck with the rest of game day.
My name is Defy, and I'm from the East Coast of Canada, and I want to change kids' health at the IWK Children's Hospital because as a father myself, I know they're always going to be there for me if and when I need them.
$10 million kids like me enter a CMN hospital every year. For me, I entered my children's hospital when I was 9 years old for my miracle story. Happy to report that my health is on the up, and it's all because of gamers like you.
My name is Tara. I stream on Twitch, and I did Extra Life last year, and I raised $5,000 for Children's Hospital of Omaha. I wanted to raise it for people that couldn't afford to go there, because I know not everybody can afford to go to a hospital, especially if something comes up like randomly.
My name is Sean Gorey. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, and I want to change kids' health in university hospitals, Rainbow, Babies, and Children's, because I was treated there as a kid, and this is my way of giving back.
Kids can't wait.
62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute.
My name's Eric Sears. I live in Ottawa and I'm treated at CHIA for type 1 diabetes. My favorite part of my children's hospital is the doctors, nurses, and educators. When I show up to my checkups, I get high fives and hugs and they're so supportive. They're just awesome. Did you know that 62 kids like me enter a CMN hospital every minute? That's a lot of kids that need help. Join Extra Life to help kids like me.
What's up, Extra Life? I'm so inspired to hear about all you're doing to help sick and injured kids treated in your local community, and the fact that you guys are playing games to help these kids is it's amazing on many levels. It's fun, but it's also making such a huge impact. So congrats on the millions of dollars raised today, and good luck with the rest of game day.
My name is Defy, and I'm from the East Coast of Canada, and I want to change kids' health at the IWK Children's Hospital because as a father myself, I know they're always going to be there for me if and when I need them.
Million kids like me enter a CMN hospital every year. For me, I entered my children's hospital when I was 9 years old for my miracle story. Happy to report that my health is on the up, and it's all because of gamers like you.
Alright, we're coming back. Mic's working. Alright, so update on the stabbing in my head. So this eye's a little fucked up now. It's a little blurry. It happens. So, just let you know. Alright, so we were going to talk about work. Okay, so this conversation may not make sense to you if you work retail as a clerk, okay? Might make sense to you if you work retail in any form of supervision or managerial. I'm saying this because it also, you know, like if you are a line chef, you might not understand what I'm talking about. And it's not to belittle those jobs. This is a different level of work, okay? Even construction guys on the lowest level might not understand this, but they should. So if you work a job where you are allowed a company card or are sent to purchase things for the company, or like let's say in construction, you go to Menards and you're told to pick up the lumber. You get this little piece of paper called a receipt. Okay, now I know that's a big fancy word, and some of you might not understand what it is, but a receipt is a proof of this purchase. Okay, it is very important that not only do you save the receipt, but that you get that receipt to the proper person. So if you have an accountant division, make sure that it is delivered to the accountant division. If you just give it to the manager, who then gives it to the accountant, that works too. You know, if someone is specifically in charge of delivering said paperwork to the accountant division, fucking get it to them, okay? The reason for this is simple. you need to be able to track all spending. And most accountant people do things every month. Meaning for the month of August, all expenditures have to be accounted for. You have to be able to take your receipts and compare them to bank statements, credit card statements, you know, whatever it is you guys use to track that. If you work at a place where, you know, your accountant people are emailing you once a day going, hey, I need the receipts for last month because I need to finish out the book for last month so I can get to work on this month. Fucking turn the receipt in. Okay? You should turn the receipt in the moment you get back from the purchase. And if it's like an online purchase, you should have that receipt online and send it to your accountant person the moment you place the order. And then when you receive the item, if there's an invoice, give it to the accountant person, because then they can put the receipt with the invoice proving that it is paid and received. Where'd he go? He ducked down. It is the least effort thing you can do to make accounting easier. And I know you're probably thinking, well, accounting's easy. You just, no, it's not. Because they have to make sure that every number adds up, every expense is figured out. You know, this is why we had that Doge bullshit, and I laughed at it. Because an audit takes time. You can have an audit that is a week audit, and a week is WEEK, meaning it takes a week long. If your paperwork is all there, if every file is there, if every expenditure is accounted for, bam. If you are on top of the accounting and everything is perfect, there's no discrepancies, no hidden things, cool, you can knock it out in a week. But most of them take at least 2-3 weeks, sometimes even a month, sometimes 6 months, depending on how big the company is. Like our government, you weren't doing that in a month. To go through the Department of Defense, okay, all their receipts from every military establishment we have to make sure that there isn't fraudulent spending, you're not doing that in a week, no. That's John, no. Yeah, we're at 361 and 283. So, but yes, so please, if you work at a place that you're given the right to go purchase things, make sure you are turning in that receipt. That's a 282, and our lowest is a 283. We're going to get rid of that one. Because this is a little personal, but I watched Shave work so many hours overtime. And okay, she is salary, which you guys are like, oh, well, salary is great. You get paid a guaranteed 40 hours no matter what. Okay, cool. Yeah, if she happens to work a week where she only works 28 hours and she gets paid the extra 12 hours, that's fucking amazing. In reality, she starts work at 7:30 in the morning and sometimes works till 10, 11 at night. Sometimes, recently, because they're getting ready for their annual audit, she worked until 2:30 in the morning. And then got up and was back at work at 7:30 the next day. So she got about 5 hours of sleep, and it wasn't even that because she didn't fall asleep for about an hour and a half. So, sorry, I'm going to look at this real quick. No, that was junk. Junk. We don't need these. So, you know, I'm a little biased why I'm saying this, but I myself am not an accountant. I myself, you know, I unfortunately, and fortunately at the same time, have what people will joke as Asian genes, because I can, will, and have an amazing ability for math. Even with my brain turned to shit, I still math really good. So I understand what Shebe's talking about when she's showing numbers. I've actually helped her with some stuff that, you know, for not being an accountant, I understand. I shouldn't understand. Really, like, it's scary what my brain can and can't do. Do we get all the pamphlets? Hold on. But, you know, yeah, if you are working... I got that. Got all the pamphlets, okay. If you're working in places, yeah, you are, you know, getting that... Just fucking turn the receipt in, guys. Like, not only are you making your accountant's life easier, you're making your accountant's spouse's life easier, because the number one stress factor right now, other than things not mathing right, is the daily email saying, hey, where are the receipts for July? Where are the receipts for June? I need to close the books out. I need to balance them. I need to do that by the 10th of the next month. So, we're in August. It's past August 10th. Books for July should be closed. Or at least to the point where, you know, if we're waiting on payments, cool, that part's not closed out. But all expenditures should definitely be done, because it's not fucking hard. I should be able to have my receipts and be able to go, look, there's the receipt. There's the payment. There's the proof. Everything's good. So that's my gripe about work, guys. On another part of work, do me a favor, boys and girls. And I mean this from the bottom of my heart. And this is for my Americans, okay? Because I know how it is in other countries. We work too much in America. And I'm not saying be lazy. I'm not. Okay? And a lot of people are like, oh, you don't know shit. You're disabled. I, at one point in my life, not one point, multiple points, and I can give you two examples, was working 3 jobs at once, sleeping 2 hours a day. I also worked a job while being homeless and graduating high school. Okay? Because, you know, my parents kicked me out when I was 17. I lived in my car, went to work, went to school, went to work, went to school. Graduated high school, got an apartment. It can be done. But it should have been as hard as it was. And it's a lot harder now, because I'll tell you right now, my apartment back then, I'm going to plug this real quick because it's pissing me off. My apartment back then was $400 a month, and it was a 1-bedroom apartment, but the living room was bigger than my studio is right now. The bedroom was bigger than the studio. The closet was big enough to put a single size bed in there and a night table. That's how big my closet was. Because I used my closet as my bedroom as my living room. My living room was empty because it wasn't a great neighborhood, and that way if people looked in, they wouldn't see anything. Had a nice kitchen. Kitchen's about the size of my house kitchen right now. So, I mean, actually it might even be a little bigger because it had a dishwasher. First time I ever had a dishwasher in my life. But Americans work way too hard for too long. I can't tell you how many people I know who are in their 70s, their 80s. As a friend of mine says, it's the 4th quarter of life, and these people are still working every day, 40 hours a week. They shouldn't be. They should be retired, but we keep raising the retirement age, and we don't pay shit for retirement benefits. So, you know, people will be like, oh, you should bust your ass and do all this, and you should do all this in your life. No, don't. If you work a job, work, do what you do, and do it a good job. Don't fuck around. You know, if you work at Burger King, make the best fucking Whoppers you can. Make sure every order is correct. But if it's your day off, don't answer that phone. If you are working, you know, overtime all the time, and you put in for a vacation and they're like, fuck you, you don't get a vacation. No, take that vacation. Fuck you. Okay? I am so sick of this country's work yourself to death attitude just to get the bare minimum. Okay? There used to be what we would call the poor. And then there was the working class, which was above the poor. Then there was the middle class, which was a working class but made a little bit better money. Then there was the wealthy, and then there was the rich. And you might switch those back and forth depending on what you decide is wealthy and what is rich. Not anymore. You have the poor and the rich. Okay? And there's a lot of these people who were middle class who can't accept that they are now poor. And they're like, you know, oh, it's the poor are all the problems. Well, guess what? You are now part of that problem, my friend. I'm sorry to tell you that. And that problem isn't your fault. You know, there are poor people out there who don't want to do a damn thing, okay? They are lazy. And this isn't a conversation about them. This is a conversation about, you know, there are the families that work. Both mom and dad work 40 hours a week, busting their asses, and are struggling to put food on the table because rent is so expensive in this country. God forbid they actually get sick because they're fucked. Medical debt is so huge in this country. Medical. The basic care to live will put you in debt. It should not fucking be that way, guys. You know? You shouldn't be worried about going to a doctor. Oh, that's not real? Holy fuck. You shouldn't be worried about going to the doctor because you're going to go broke if you go to the doctor. You shouldn't be busting your ass for 40, 50 hours a week to come home to a small, horrible house, barely having any food on your plate. You know, it shouldn't be that way, guys. It shouldn't. People need to speak up. People need to stop letting it be the way it has become. I can't say that enough. Like, again, I'll use my parents as an example. My dad missed a lot of soccer games. He missed swim meets when I was a kid. He missed, you know, choir recitals when I was little. Because in elementary school, you were in choir. It wasn't an extracurricular activity. Music class had, you know, we had, I want to say at least Christmas. There may have been some other ones, but there were recitals that we had. Christmas, that's when I first learned sign language, because we used to do Silent Night, and then the second time we'd sing it was done in sign language. The third time was both. My dad missed a lot of those. Not because he didn't give a fuck, but because he was working. And I know he was doing that to make sure that we had food on the plates, clothes, even though they weren't the best, on our body. And that's why I respect my dad so much. I mean, not to mention the fact that he is a guy who, as a mechanic, will make sure your car is working 100% right. And he's the guy who, if he knows you don't have a lot of money, that's cool. Pay me what you can. You know, he's not going to overcharge you. He doesn't upsell his parts. Like, if he has to go get the parts, you pay the exact price of parts. And he'll always give you the receipt for those parts, so that you know that. I think he gives you a copy because he, well, nowadays he probably will give it to you, but when he owned his own shop, I know that the accountant needed the paperwork, as I was saying earlier. But I know nowadays, if my dad was still doing that, he wouldn't be there for anything, because he'd be working so many hours just to make enough for us to survive. You know? And we didn't go on lavish trips. Like, I've never been to Disney. Not that I would go to Disney. Never been there. It wasn't something my family could afford. We have this water park not too far from us called the Dells. Never been there. So, but we did other things that were close, that were cheap. I mean, so we never had like lavish vacations. Most of our vacations were to go visit family. Like, go to Ohio to visit grandparents, go to Georgia to visit grandparents, go to Texas to visit cousins. I mean, and Americans, we're just working so fucking hard for nothing. I mean, seriously, you're busting your ass for the bare minimum. Alright, so we go through here, go there, but let's go turn this quest in down to him first. I didn't know there's a boss fight in this area. It comes off of this ramp right there, over there. So, I say this with all my heart, guys. Go out, work, but don't overwork. You know, there's no reason for you to work yourself to death for someone else to make more money. And I hate that American mindset. It's like, you know, I see these people like, oh man, I got side hustles. I'm making all this extra money side hustle. You shouldn't have to. One job should pay you enough to cover everything you need. A second job should just be, I want more. Hi there. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on all this, guys. Again, I try not to get into the politics of everything. But there's definitely some politics that are in play.
Another trophy for my wall.
And I know I'm going to get people like, oh, well, you just support people being lazy and not working. No, people have to work. I understand that. But I do support countries where it's like, hey, we work 4 days a week. And we get 3 months vacation. And you will not work before or after your shift. You are contracted. We will get in trouble if you do. What's wrong with that? Why can't our country do that? I don't know. It's because capitalism. That's the main reason. Sad as these almost look like my streets here in my town. And I'm not joking. I'm just going through all this and seeing what's junk. We hit the $1 million mark, guys. Holy shit, I didn't even realize that. So that would have been an achievement. Now, there is a challenge. Where did I find challenges? Wasn't it under... Yeah, here we go. Why? Oh, let's see here. Got 1,000 more assholes to kill there. 400 more criticals before we hit the next one. Kill 25. Here we go. Alright, so we've reached actually altogether $200 million. We're almost a quarter of the way up. I don't know. We're close. Oh, fuck. Excuse me. That's stabbing me in my brain. Hurt. And now I'm tired. Anyways, we're kicking ass on that 900, the $1 billion mark. I'm gonna look into something later for the D&D game. I think it could be interesting. I can definitely work it into the story. Yeah, today is the last nice day. For a couple days, they said.
Can I help you?
I think this is the one where we go kill his. Oh, fuck. Kill the guy I was pointing out. Man, I'm exhausted, guys. I can tell you, I did not sleep good last night. We did get pizza yesterday. Shebe did get us pizza. She didn't have to, and I felt bad that she did. So, we haven't had like that much pizza and bread and stuff in our lives. Both of us, our stomachs were hurting afterwards. And I definitely didn't sleep well because of my stomach. And then, of course, I did have a massive cramp last night. But I'm exhausted today, and the stabbing in my neck and back. Hey, boy, fuck. I'm worn out.
These dirty criminals control access to the trash coast. Dispose of what you will so you can investigate further.
Yeah, like I said, I knew there was a boss fight in this area. That wasn't the boss fight, though. It's like I said, there is a boss that is up in this room. Oh, fuck me. I am so tired. What time is it? It's almost 2 o'clock already? Shame I maybe get off soon. What quests do we have here? We know where this quest is, so. Reason I'm not going to is because I'm thinking maybe we'll knock out these quests and call the stream today. I do have to get some stuff ready for the meeting tonight. And then I really could use a lay down.
Can I help you?
We're going to go up here real quick, because this is how you get to Janistown, if I remember. But it'll mark, we can at least get the mark on it.
Oh, look. It's another stinking flesh bag. Unless you have something Taylor Cobb needs to hear, you can bugger off like all you other walking shit containers.
Violet Claptrap. You know, I do love in Tales from the Borderlands. So Claptrap has, for his special ability, it's called Vault Hunter EXE. It's a special program that was put in by Jack, from what I understand. But so far, I've gotten one that's a commando. It's like a Rambo. He used to shoot things. Got one that was a turret that just was like blasting rockets everywhere.
I should warn you about Dennis. There is something strange about her. We haven't had a supply transport come in years. The commerce grid shows no log of her ever using any of my trade stations. But she must be getting resupplied somehow.
Go up there. But anyways, I forgot what oh yeah. But so there's also one though that just it's like a floating angel that plays dubstep music and just does a bunch of status effects. And I was like, this is cool. I love Claptrap. I don't know why anyone could hate Claptrap. I mean, he can be annoying, yes, but he also... in my opinion, is one of the characters who shows the greatest growth through all the games. Like I said, I haven't watched the Borderlands movie yet. And, you know, I know Randy Pritchford defended the hell out of it, which I understand. But for me, some of the things were... a lot of the casting choices didn't seem right. Like, you had some great actors, but you really kind of just didn't cast people in the right roles, from what I've seen. And I'm going to buy the movie soon. In fact, I'll probably go to my local disc replay, which is a great store for buying used things. Pre-owned. People don't like the word used. I like the word pre-owned. I don't understand. But anyways, I'll probably buy it. If not, I have seen the Blu-ray is on Amazon for $14, which could kind of tell me everything I need to know. Some people will say it's a great movie. Same with the Minecraft movie. I haven't watched it. Love Minecraft, but the movie just didn't look like it appealed to me. Anyways, here, we're fighting here. Isn't it Big Spider? I think it's Big Spider. Seriously, bandits want to try to mess with me during this?
Nothing like a challenging kill.
But I forgot where I was going with this. Borderlands is a movie. Oh yeah, I love Jack Black. I just don't understand why you couldn't cast the voice of Claptrap as Claptrap. I mean, I love Jack Black. I think he's hilarious. I love Tenacious D. I know why Kyle said what he said, because we all were feeling that, but he shouldn't have said it. I totally agree. That's one of those in private, him and some friends could say type thing, but not on a stage. So, you know. But Jack Black, yeah, I like him. I think he's hilarious. I don't like all of his movies. Shallow Hal, not a big fan of. There's another one. School of Rock was decent for what it was. It wasn't a great movie, but you know he did a great job in it. I still just him as Steve in Minecraft. I can see that. But I'm sorry. Like, I still don't understand Kevin Hart as Roland. Kevin Hart's an amazing actor. Kevin Hart's 4 foot something. Roland is a huge, built, ripped soldier. I could think of several, actors who fit that description and Roland's characteristics and all that to the T. Fuck, Terry Crews would have been great for it. I think Terry Crews might be a little bit on his personality, may not have worked, but I do think Terry Crews would have been a better. And again, it's nothing against Kevin Hart. Just if you're gonna, and this is the problem, obviously we didn't have Yul Bull directing, thank God. That man needs to stay away from movies for the rest of his life. I will say, even the, I forget, Chris Columbus did the Resident Evil movies. The first Resident Evil movie, really good. If you looked at it as an alternative, start of what happened in Raccoon City. They could have went with it in such a better direction. What they did to that series with all the stupid fucking flying monsters, and the United States is pretty much fucked and everyone's dead. I don't know. But anyways, so I think that was more of a script writing thing. As we're, like I said, for me, Borderlands, it's like you took people, great actors, like perfect actors, but put them in the wrong roles. Jamie Lee Curtis, I've been watching Jamie Lee Curtis forever. I think she's a great actress. She's not Tannis. Honestly, I don't know who would make a good Tannis. I know some people are like, oh, whoever's playing Wednesday Addams right now, Jenny Ortega, she should have done it. And I'm like, no, she shouldn't. I have yet to really, obviously I don't watch TV shows. Mainly because I don't subscribe to any channels. Like, I don't have Paramount, I don't have Netflix, I don't have Disney ever. But from what I've seen on YouTube clips of the Addams Family, I don't like what they're doing to the Addams Family. I guess nothing against Jay Ortega. But yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis shouldn't have been Tannis. Kate Blanchett as Lilith, I don't buy. From what I've seen of clips of it, she's actually the one that I really am against the most. Like, I haven't seen a lot of the Roland clips. I've seen a lot of these Lilith clips. And I don't know. I will watch the movie. And I'm not going to say it's a horrible movie until I watch it, okay? I will just say that I'm going into it with low expectations. And I'm going to keep an open mind. But it is a movie that I don't know. Come on, bitch. I wonder if this is supposed to be a play on Shelob from Lord of the Rings, Giant Spider Bitch.
I don't think he liked me.
Alright, that's that. What we got next? So let's investigate Old Haven. Like I said, we're gonna knock out these quests and we'll probably call it for the day. You know, if you purchase the Borderlands movie and don't want it, I will accept a free movie if you guys want to give it to me. It saves me $14. I am looking for the Borderlands comics, which I did not know they made them. I should have known because everything's been made into a comic book. apparently, yeah, those comic books do kind of a retelling of this game, but they do Claptrap, which it always goes back to Claptrap in my conversations. They do Claptrap some serious, serious justice. And part of me feels like I've read one of the comics from what I was seeing, because, again, it was the same video about Claptrap that I was watching. And the stills he was showing, either I've seen other people talk about him, or I've read that comic, because I remembered part of it. So, and who knows? I doubt I ever owned the comic, because, again, when they came out, I wasn't really buying comic books. I kind of stopped buying comic books. And it is nothing against comic books. I love comic books to this day. It's just another hobby I don't need in my life, okay? Because they are expensive. If I was going to be in the market of selling comics, buying comics, like our friends over at the Wizards Coast or Have Fun Collectibles, that'd be a different story. In fact, I could probably talk to both of them to see if they have, if they've ever gotten a copy of the Borderlands comics in. I'll probably do that here when we end the stream. I'll probably start with Have Fun Collectibles because I know the owner and she's a good friend of mine. We've known each other since high school. And she might be able to secure it for me. If not, the Wizard Shelves Collectibles, another friend of the stream, great guy, love him, love his wife, love their kids, they're awesome. He might be able to, because he does a lot of conventions, so he might be able to snag it while he's out, and probably won't charge me an arm and a leg. So, I don't know. I'll put my feelers out, because I think there's only 2 issues. And they weren't well received, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if it was at a time when comic books, because there was a time when comic books kind of went away for a little bit. In my lifetime, this has happened a lot. People stop collecting, stop caring about comics. So. Okay, so yeah, this is a good spot to stop, is Old Haven. But this was a side quest I was talking about. So there's these dead bandits here. There's a certain set of dead bandits that have a log on them. Might be these bandits right here. This area gives you serious, we need to be stealthy vibes. Go this way. Like, just tremendous. tremendous. You want to sneak through here, but it doesn't really matter. But you get those vibes because it's just like the air is thick in this town. This is a good town though to if you want to grind a bunch of kills. Like I might just keep rerunning this town instead of going all the way back to the beginning. Fuckers.
Rather than pay up. As a business strategy, murdering their employees will see diminishing returns.
Tennis, you're fucking hilarious. She is right though. I will say, one thing I remember about this area is when you are in this area, make sure you are constantly running to the store because you will pick up so many weapons and shields from these guys. Like, this is a great area to just grind loot. You were already full, so that's what I said. Make sure you're going back to the store. And yes, these guys have the Crimson Lance. Lovely little Scorpio turrets. That sniper rifle with the acid was better. I would have definitely used it. Let's see, because we might be able to buy a new. Yeah. Same with our grenades. Where's our grenades? Crimson Lance is great for getting a lot of shields and shit guns that you just saw. So we're gonna do this one quest that we're on right now, and then that's when we'll call it for the day. I don't know who we're gonna raid out to. I don't think Axomat's on until later today. Let me check real quick. 'Cause I'm tired. And I know Shebe might be home soon, so 2:30. You know, we'll try to go. We'll go till Axomat because I really want to give Axomat some love. I know I've been trying to raid Killer 6 and Jolt's Dude a little bit because they're really big in the Borderlands world, and I would love for them to come visit the stream. Thank you. I think there's a claptrap over here too. Okay, hold on a second. I'm trying to see what that does. Killing an enemy increases the amount of loot you get from other enemies for a few seconds. Okay. That's what I thought it was. Motherfucker. Damn it. Let's real quick. We're gonna go through our inventory. Junk. Let's see if you have saying a weapons one. Never mind. I'm dumb. I admit it. Remember, having a caustic sniper makes those guys so easy. And I saw we just picked up one. 155. .528 shield. 528, but it's got a slow ass recharge rate. Yeah, we'll debate it. You know, electrical is what we really want. Electrical is what we really want because it will fuck up all their shields, and it does fuck up robotics. Trying to get around that turret over here. That's why I wanted to switch over to those longbows. God damn it. Motherfucker! Alright, well, you know. Fear, how's it going? It's going well, my friend. How are you? Give me a shout out. Sorry. We're running on a broken computer right now. My computer's off to the shop, so this is a Shea-based computer, so it's a skeletal stream system, so I don't get to see all the popping ups of things, because normally they'd be on here, but they're not.
I apologize. How about that?
You can go back.
What is that? Siege? I'm gonna say that looks like Siege. I only know that because of Alfredo. Alfredo plays Siege. And I know the saying, you know. There was one of the commercials or character type things. He's like, fucking laser sights. Yeah, what an asshole. So. Yes, it's nice to see you too. My day was screwed up because Side Chat wasn't on today. I was like, where's Sai? Oh yeah, that's right. His work's screwing him over. But yes, welcome in, welcome in. We're actually almost to the end of the stream. We got about 10 minutes left, so we're just kind of messing around with some quests here. We're doing all the Borderlands games in order, but by the story, not by the release of the game. So we're on Borderlands 1 right now. We'll be doing all the DLC after we get done with it. So yes, happy to see you. Yeah, I hate proximity because I'm dumb and I blow myself up. Still debating on that. I like having the fire resistance and the recharge rates faster on my other one. Alright. So we should be able to sell the junk. We need to refill our grenades. Alright, so we're gonna try to slip in and kill this guy. Just make sure all my bullets are. I've always loved that there's a store in here. I mean, everyone's dead. That bandit died happy. Let's see if there's any... We're looking to see if there's a caustic sniper. That would be nice. Nope, okay. Okay. Thing is, those magazines that we're seeing here are the exact same ones in Borderlands 2. It's like, I think the subscription's in there. Oh, we got missing poster. Missing person, Amanda Rain. See, it's the same name as before, but it's a different picture. So again, like I said, we looked into that. People were like, they don't know if it was in honor of someone or if, what it was. Oh, you fuck. Knew that was going to happen. But luckily, we hit that checkpoint thing here. We need to get that guy who's shooting the electric stuff. That eats our shields right up. So I was trying to come through this side passage, so I can at least get close enough. Kind of distract him there. The enemies are smart enough to know that you ran, though, so... Longbow grenade's nice, but do we still have our transfusion? Oh, we got one of these. I think we got rid of our transfusion grenades. Yeah, we did. Alright. Let's come on, Bloodwing. Take him out. Here, we're gonna try to run. He's getting way too close with too much junk. Come on. Where are you, asshole? Got him! Eat a dick. Like, eat all of them. Bag full. I hear you, Claptrap. I'm coming. Let's see. Get how to do this one.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
If it's, we gotta power it somehow, if I remember right. It's been so long since I've done this one. There's a button that lowers him somewhere. Claptrap, you're not gonna die. As long as the enemies don't respawn before I figure out how to open your cage, you'll be okay. Alright, here's our last bandit. Alright, now we're just gonna go all the way back to the other side to get to the stronghold. Which, if I'm thinking what I'm thinking it is, if that made any fucking sense, then you'll know that how do I do this? I'm trying to remember how to power up Claptrap's cell. Anyways, I think this bandit mission leads us to a really cool Easter egg. Which is the main reason I was doing it. Claptrap, you'll be all. I really want to free him before we do it. I know there's a button. It's gonna be like in an obvious spot, and I've walked by it like 12 times. I just know it. Claptrap, I will be back. We're just trying to get this last mission done. Axomat should be starting to stream up soon, so I'm going to raid out to him. I know he's been having a hard time the last week or so. Lots of shit's been going wrong with the poor guy. So I definitely want to send him some love. Damn it. I was trying to find out the one that was inside the wall. Other than losing a crap ton of money, not the worst thing. Let's see, what's Ray doing? Ray's just chatting right now. I wonder what's... Is this it? I said there. I know there is a special mission where it's got a big Easter egg. I don't think this is it. Oh well, this is where we're going to end it because I really got to pee. I'm hoping Axomat's on. I haven't seen him start yet. So, what we might do is I might just really quick just minimize you guys and just I might run him, go pee, and then see if he's on. So just give me a minute.
I'm over here!
Okay, we're back. Sorry, I muted the mic because you guys don't want to hear me trying to get out of my chair. Like I said, my legs are killing me, my whole body. For those of you who don't know, I have MS, and today is not a great day. We had a nice pinging brain shot. Anyways, we're looking to see if extra mat's on yet. If he's not on, we might load back in and just really quick finish up that mission. Let me pull up his name. Oh, wait a minute. It says stream tomorrow. Does he not have a stream today? Why the hell is everybody's stream schedule so weird? Side chats has been messed up because of work. Axomat's been messed up because of life. Let's see. Yeah, he's not on till Friday. Okay, so I guess we're not going to go raid Axomat. Alright, well, let me see who's on then. We got Jolt's Dude is doing some Borderlands 2. Ray is just chatting. Sandy Vision's doing marbles on stream this week. She's probably almost done with her stream. Let's see here. Negs is just chatting. We could just stick with the whole Borderlands. I think we will. I think we'll just stick with Borderlands. We're gonna go. Let me open up his page so I can copy his name here. Like I said, working on a broken stream here. Can't wait till I get my computer back and I can hook everything back up, and these are all done with pushes and little buttons instead of having to do, you know, copy pastas and all that. Alright, so raid. There we go. Alright, I will be back tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna lay down, take a nap, and then get some stuff together for the Vampire the Masquerade meetup tonight. Remember, be back tomorrow for some more Borderlands, and then we will be back Sunday with the special D&D. Like I said, it's my granddaughter's first term playing. She's 5 years old. She's going to play a nice little goblin thief because she doesn't know what a rogue is. So we're going to go raid over to Jolt's Dude 139, who's playing some Borderlands 2. Alright, so everyone be safe, and I will see you tomorrow.